In the outskirts of Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, a narrow road winds through the woods. Most locals pass it without a second glance. But those who remember, will never forget what once stood at the very end of that forgotten street. It was a weather-beaten house, gray paint peeling from the sides, shutters rotting. No children ever knocked there for Halloween, no neighbors ever visited. And yet, for nearly a decade, someone lived inside. His name was Herbert Mullen, a man rarely seen in daylight. He never worked, never shopped in town. Locals say he would sometimes be spotted walking at night, wearing thick gloves and carrying a large duffel bag. Most thought he was just eccentric, a recluse. But in truth, Herbert was hiding something far more disturbing than anyone could have imagined. It began in the mid-1970s. Quietly. A few missing persons reports, women mostly. Waitresses, cashiers, one librarian. None of them connected. None of them followed up seriously. Why would they be? There was no blood, no weapons, no witnesses. For the next few years, people kept disappearing, sometimes months apart, sometimes just days. Their faces would appear on milk cartons. Flyers were taped to telephone poles, but no answers ever came. What no one knew was that these people, they weren't missing. They were all in one place, sitting silently, waiting. In March 1981, truth came to light by accident. A storm had knocked out the power in part of the county. Utility crews were dispatched to fix a damaged transformer near Herbert's property. As one of the workers walked around the side of the house, he smelled something foul, like death, heavy in the air. Not just one body, many. Police were called. After no answer at the door, they forced entry. What they saw inside stunned even the most hardened detectives. The air was thick with chemicals and decay. The house was dark, except for one back room powered illegally by a cable tapped from a nearby pole. And in that room, and in the living room, the kitchen, even the hallway, were bodies. 29 of them. But these weren't just corpses left to rot. Herbert had arranged them, carefully. Some were sitting at a dinner table, dressed in clothes that didn't belong to them. Some wore lipstick. Their hair was brushed, jewelry placed neatly. One body was seated upright in front of an old TV set, a static screen flickering in the background. Every body was preserved. Treated with formaldehyde and other embalming agents Herbert had apparently stolen or sourced illegally. Some of the bodies were years old, others more recent. He kept detailed journals describing his process. Some pages had names, others just said, "She smiled today," or "She looked lovely tonight." What horrified the police even more was that some of the bodies had never even been reported missing. No families came forward. No one was looking for them. Inside a locked cabinet, police found a series of Polaroid photos. In each, Herbert posed with the bodies, smiling arms around them. In one, he was wearing a party hat. In another, he was asleep with a woman's body lying beside him holding hands. And then they found the letter. It was addressed simply, "To the one who finally opens the door." In it, Herbert explained what he had done, but not why. He wrote, "I was never alone. They kept me company. They didn't judge me. They didn't leave me. I gave them peace. I gave them a home. They spoke to me in dreams." Herbert had vanished before the police arrived. A 2-day search ended in the nearby woods where his body was found at the base of a ravine. He had taken his own life. But nearby, written on the trunk of a tree in black marker, was one final message. "The quiet is gone now. Take care of them." Investigators were left with more questions than answers. There was no known motive. No evidence that Herbert had killed all of them. Some may have been homeless. Some runaways. Some possibly already dead when he found them. But at least 7 bodies showed clear signs of being murdered. The home was eventually condemned. But no one wanted the land. For over 10 years it stood empty, windows, broken doors, chained, until one night it caught fire. Whether it was arson or something else, no one ever proved. The house burned completely to the ground. Today, the land is overgrown with vines and moss. No signs remain except one warped metal mailbox still standing beside the dirt road. Visitors, who come mostly urban explorers or YouTubers, leave quickly. Many report strange smells, sudden dizziness, or an overwhelming sense of being watched. And some say when the wind is just right, you can hear music. It's old music. like something from a broken record player. But there's no house, no light, and nothing left except silence. Herbert Mullen's story was never fully told on the news. Some say authorities buried it. Others believe it was simply too disturbing for public headlines. But for those who know the truth, the House of 29 Silent Guests is one of America's darkest. Secrets, not because of the death, but because no one even noticed it was happening. If you're intrigued by this mystery, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more chilling stories. This is just the beginning. Are you ready for what's next?